Look there at legendary Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, a couple of rivals doing battle in the NFC North. It's the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers.
Why you all in my way? Taking up all of my space. You should get out of my way. You should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do. I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think. You should get out of my way. Get your talking face out of my way. Out of my way. Out of my way. I got too many days. I don't even care. Get out of my way. Out of my way.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. That's Brandon McManus to get this one underway. Off we go on this cold afternoon at Lambeau. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So here come the Bears and their quarterback for the second straight year. Number one pick of the 2024 draft, it's Caleb Williams.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
That's caught! And he's going to take this one all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Chicago. You talk about a way to get this one started, Greg. Come on the road, go downfield deep, and put 6 on the board.
You can tell Mike, this offensive coordinator, he wanted to come out aggressive in this one. Finds himself on the road. What does he do on the first snap? Deep shot, touchdown, strike first.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. It's up and through. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Williams. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his 3rd season as the Green Bay starter.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's the tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
A second down throw for Love. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
3rd and long. From the gun, it's Love. Left side, caught by Musgrave. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate A call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Bears offense ready to get going with their second possession. They had the stunner to open this game. One play to the house. What will they do on this drive? It's 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On first down, they give it right back to Swift. He'll manage only a couple. The all-pro Micah Parsons there for the stop.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
On second down, it's Williams. Going for it all. That is hard. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. A big-time play for the Bears. The gain is 64.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
This is a play, Mike, that makes me want to run down there, throw on a uniform, and try to help out. I mean, I think at this point, I could help clear enough room to get 1 yard. Heck, I might be able to get 1 yard myself. That's disappointing that they're unable to capitalize.
Williams to throw on second down. That's hauled in at the 2.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
It's the quarterback with a sneak, and he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Chicago. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Tell you what, this offense has come out and they have completely dominated here in the early going, Mike. I mean, this has just been methodical, sustained back-to-back drives right down the field. And then to finish in the red zone, man, you just can't draw it up any better than that.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense ready for their second possession. They're an early hold, 14-0. Start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with things you ain't seen before. We're feeling the weight of our ancestors. We're healing with ways that don't last for long. No half of the time in it obvious. No help for the weak, but the strong. Let it get boys.
Love, now quickly to Dobbs. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. That is pulled in by Musgrave. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. First down, Packers.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
At the 44-yard line.
We go play action with Love. Working his way open, it's Musgrave. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice gain.
Throwing on second down, Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. First and goal coming up.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up first and goal.
Jacobs is in. Touchdown, Packers.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Packers are on the board. It's now 14-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll step up and run this. And mark him down just shy of the 40. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. A play fake. Now Williams. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll be 3rd down.
I really like this call, Mike. These are rundowns. 2nd and short. All right, what do most teams do? Just extend the drive, pick up a first down. This is prime opportunity for play pass, play action, trying to take a shot. Now, it falls incomplete, but you still have 3rd and potentially 4th down, and you only need a couple yards.
7-yard gain. And the Bears first down. A gain of
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
brings up 2nd and a yard at the Packers' 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and a yard. They will run it over 7 with Swift. And nice work here. He's got the first down to about the 30-yard line.
That's another Bears first down. It's a gain of 6.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Give them 14 on that one. Good for a Bears first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And the Bears are going to be set up 1st and goal. Couldn't reach the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Bears first down.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kyle Manunga. Touchdown, Bears. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
On is Santos for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Bears will take a 21-7 lead.
Packers 7.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. A return now from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Bears offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
A run here with Swift. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll go with the sneak. And he is going to have a Bears 1st down. At least at first glance. They'll spot the football just beyond the marker. And they convert on 3rd and inches.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory. And certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short. Gets a fresh set of downs. And now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
So we'll get a 2nd and goal when we return. It's the Bears off to the early lead. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Bears in possession here to start the 2nd quarter as they come up now 2nd and goal. They'll go play action here with Williams. Quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Colston Loveland was the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Luther Burden. Touchdown, Chicago. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Santos for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bears add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Williams now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Packers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Shotgun. It's Love. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 6. Now Love. That's caught by Golden, right side. Still on his feet. And he will score. Matthew Golden. Touchdown, Green Bay. McManus on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Packers are able to cut into the deficit. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. To the left side, he's got Komet. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
A 7-yard pickup.
Here's 2nd and 3. Off play action. Here's Williams. That's caught left side by Odunze. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
I love this call, Mike. Defense is thinking run here. It's 2nd and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy first down. Really well done.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing is Williams. Connection made. It's Burton. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A big half continues. Already 2 touchdowns on the score sheet. And here, this grab gets him a first down. Williams to the air once more. He gets this one to Moore. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Swift. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
46-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is good. And the Bears will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Here's Williams on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Packers offense and wideout Matthew Golden headed for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to have a Packers first down as he gets it to about the 34-yard line.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
On play action, Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
On 2nd down, Love. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Jalen Johnson, Pro Bowl corner, coming hard that time, and he's rewarded with the sack.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
It is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Love. That's to the left side and taken in by Golden. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pick up there of 19 yards. Good for a Green Bay first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
Goes brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Packers.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers are able to cut the deficit to 10.
21.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Duvernay on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work trying to add to it. It begins with first down. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game. But when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for. It's how many big plays do they generate on the ground.
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Micah Parsons getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Here's Williams. Left side into the hands of Moore. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
On third down, it's Williams. That pass is caught by Burton. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
A fair catch taken here, and it come right at the 15-yard line. Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup in second and
So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. Back with more from Lambeau Field. After this, they'll come up on a second down and 8. Here's Love to throw. Welch, another catch for his favorite target. They pick up 17 through the air. Good for, and I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So that is what you want. No, sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Throwing is Love. Open space there for Dobbs. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game, and that's a nice pickup there.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Back to throw is Love. And he's in. Matthew Golden. Touchdown, Green Bay. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Duvernay on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Williams going to look to throw it on first down. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. And this will be incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. It's 2nd down.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pick.
That's complete. Some more on the right side. That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. They're down and 3. Throwing again, Williams. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 1st and 10. Throw it again. It's Williams. A throw downfield caught by Burden. Closing in on 200 receiving yards for the game. He's been outstanding. That one good for a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical.
That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Bears.
Touchdown, Bears.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
On is Santos for the PAT. He knocks it through, and the Bears are able to extend the lead.
Bears 38, Packers 28.
Final 9 seconds of this half, and the kick is away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's Dobbs open left side. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now Love. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it. And that's going to bring an end to this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here on the 5th floor studios. A little abridged version of the halftime report here, as both defensive coordinators might be having speaks with their players. That begs the question, can any defense get a stop in the second half? To find out, let's go back out to the stadium and join our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Certainly a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Williams on the return. And he is. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25.
Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. This is Jacobs, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
It's a loss of a yard.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Love to throw. This is taken in by Dobbs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He's got a man. It's Dobbs. 16-yard pickup on that ball. First down, Packers.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll work forward for a couple. Andrew Billings from the interior, there to bring him down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Love. Pass caught. It's Golden. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here's 3rd and 2. To throw is Love. And that is incomplete. Josh Jacobs was the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they get the conversion with a gain of 14.
That's good for the Packers. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he will score again. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And make it 3 touchdowns now. Remember, he caught the one earlier. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And Mike, this is what every offense is searching for out of the running back position. Can you impact the game equally on the ground as as you can through the air, and that's exactly what this guy has done so far today.
Now it's McManus for the point after. The kick is good. And the Packers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. There is a marker down. He is past the 25-yard line. But let's see what the flag is about.
Automatic first down.
Quick toss to Burton. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's second and a yard. Give up the middle with Swift. And he's going to have a Bears first down as he gets it to about the 34-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Bears first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Here's Williams on first and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On the give, here's Swift. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
It is third and long. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 39 yards.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
I be on my little mouse drill. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Man left side, that's Zacchaeus. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. Is it a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
Automatic first down.
What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up first and goal. They'll run with Swift. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Now from the 7, it's second and goal. Burton. Touchdown, Chicago. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His third touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Santos for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bears will extend this third quarter lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. He'll start at the 4. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down.
Ain't nobody that I really recognize. Ain't surprised to ride the killer vibe. Probably the reason you die trying to feel alive, but I'm incentivized by in the thighs. Ripping on it like I'm picking a prize. I hit the crib with a collide, but really ain't tripping. We can get it right.
On the ground, it's Jacobs. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for a Green Bay first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Set to go now on first and 10. Here's Jacobs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
They face second down and 7. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
From the gun, it's Love. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
A gain of 9.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Packers. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On first and 10, here's Love. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
On second down, Love. He takes off. A gain of 11, and it's first and goal.
It's a gain of 11. And the Packers first down. First and goal at the 5-yard
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
He pulls it in around the 5, and he's in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Green Bay. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
McManus on for the point after. His kick is good. And the Packers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
Packers 42.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. They'll put Loveland in motion. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
On first down, it's Swift. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Ball placed at the 45 for second and 5. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Throwing on second down. Williams. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And they'll take this down inside the 35. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down. They'll run with Mananga. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
A throw on the move is caught. He's taken down just shy of the 10. 13 yards begins on that pass play. First down, Chicago.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Chicago.
They will run it over center with Swift. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Fourth quarter begins on the ground with Swift changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3.
The tackle made at the 6
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
The tight end, Komet, is on the move. On third down, it's Williams. Escaping to his left, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Bears. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On is Santos for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Bears will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
42.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On play action, Love. That is into the hands of Wicks. And he'll be out of bounds here. That's only a gain of a yard.
At the 25-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw is Love. Over the middle, the tight end Musgrave. The mark him down just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Green Bay first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
In motion goes Dobbs. Now Jacobs. gains of yardage. What a play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And that one is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. Could they have called the push-off there?
Still second down.
A second down throw for Love. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Packers set to kick this one away. And he's on to punt for just the second time in this game. Duvernay to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll start on the ground with Swift. He'll be taken down after a gain of
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and 8. To throw is Williams. That's complete. It's Odunze. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And that is incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended target. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. In motion goes Dobbs. Love to throw it on first down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards.
Automatic first down.
They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. They'll try to convert it on third down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Out of the shotgun. It's Love. He's got his tight end. That's Musgrave. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. A gain of 48.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory and hope to come away with some points.
On 1st and 10, here comes Jacob. And he's into the end zone yet again. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now it's McManus for the point after. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Duvernay on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Bears offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Williams. To the left side, he's got Komet. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And he's going to be knocked down hard in the backfield. Lost on the play, and it's going to bring up 4th down. What a hit.
3rd and short, and you come up with a big stop, taking the ball carrier down for a loss. Now you put yourselves in a position to hopefully get the ball back and give your offense a chance to go down there and take the lead.
The Bears send out their punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Packers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
This is 26. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. This one, up top for Dobbs. Inside the 20. And he will take this one in. 74 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
McManus on for the point after. It's up and through. And the Packers have taken a 4-point advantage.
56. Bears 52.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. He fields it at the 8. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Bears offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
On 1st down, they give it right back to Swift. Past midfield to the 45. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
At this point, Mike, it's clear this defense just doesn't have a lot of answers right now for this run game. A combination of the job being done up front by the offensive line and the big playability of this running back.
Here's Swift. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. He's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. On 2nd down, it's a run with Swift. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
But up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Run now for Monunga.
If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll indeed go. It's Williams. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
And this is a tricky call for this coach. A field goal doesn't do you a lot of good, but a touchdown does. So I don't hate the call, but great job by this defense coming up with a stand and getting the ball back.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Love, now quickly to Dobbs. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
15 yards.
Closing in on 200 receiving yards for the game. He's been outstanding. That one good for a first down.
4-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it'll be 2nd down. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. This one could be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. Talk things over before 3rd down. To throw is Love. That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And 3rd and final timeout taken by the defense, so the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the 41, here's 2nd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
It's 3rd and 4. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And this defense holding their ground. They'll stop him for no gain. 4th down, straight ahead.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
Brandon
Here comes Brandon McManus in a pressure situation. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. This one has plenty of legs, and it is good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. Bears offense ready to take over once more. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's a short throw caught by Komet. And they'll get about half what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Second and 4. The 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. And this is caught left sideline, but out of bounds, says the official. Incomplete. That ball a little late getting there. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. There's that man again, another catch.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's 2nd down. Williams to the air once more. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Luther Burden, the intended target. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down.
And it all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing, all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
Love will take a knee. And that ought to do it. So, it's a win for the Packers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.